Being a warrior, it's not always easy. You and your thuggy-ass friends, what are you doing for your people? It's easy to be bad. It's hard to be a warrior.
Do a quick video. I know I've been slacking, as I've been saying, but the time between videos are getting longer, I've noticed. So a quick update with my truck from the boating video. Once or twice I came out and I moved some stuff out of the way. I can't remember if I talked about it, but I narrowed it down. I think it's that pulley for the belt. It was loose, like it was wobbling, whatever, whenever the fan will turn. Focus. That one. So I took the fan shroud out. It was right here. I loosened the radiator mounts just so I can, it says to pull it back, so I can get that out. And I just, put bolts back temporarily so I know where they go, don't lose them. I've been kind of badly known for that. So a neat trick, once you kind of take something off, just kind of put it back where it goes. That way when you start putting stuff together, there's the bolt or nut or whatever. So down in here, this is not a tutorial video, by the way. The water pump pulley right there. Let me see if I can. The water pump pulley. That was loose. It was just wobbling around. It's not right now because I'm slowly getting to it. I just put that tiny bolt in. I was hoping that either these all came loose, for some odd reason, and it was just free spinning, or they broke off. I was like, I'm gonna try to put a bolt in, therefore it'll confirm that they loose and they all fell out. Or if it doesn't go in, then they broke. Then I gotta figure out a way to get those out. Anywho, I just put that little bolt in so it can, or at least confirms that bolt went in. I'm not sure if the others broke off or not. But I've been stumped on this for a while because without that, like I said, this just shook. And I need to take the fan off. That's the fan. And you gotta take it off right here from the water pump right there. And this pulley's in the way of the whole thing. Videos say you gotta use a tool to hold that, to unscrew that. But I couldn't hold it because it was loose and there's no other way for me to grab it. So I was stumped for a while. Didn't know what to do. And then I went to a junkyard. Oh yeah, that's not really a junkyard. It's like a pick and pull or pick apart or whatever. Said it looks like it's the same. So I was like, you know what? I'll go take a look. I was looking at the engine. Sure enough, there was one that had the same style pulley right over the water pump. Obviously, it didn't have any tools because I was in the area. I figured I'd just take a look. I had some time to kill. Across the street to Lowe's, picked up just a quick tool set thing. I really just needed these 4 little bolts. That's all I needed. As I was leaving, there's a guy, he's like, do you have any parts? And I told him, I was like, this is all I have. I just have 4 bolts. He's like, really? That's it? So yeah, so he counted. He's like, you got 4? I was like, yeah, 4. He's like, I don't think they're gonna charge you. I was like, yeah, I'm just kind of being honest. I was like, are you sure? I could have just easily just kept it in my pocket and just walked out. Do you want to go ask him? He's like, we're not gonna charge you for those. They're just 4 tiny bolts. Yeah, I was trying to be fair. I was hoping it was gonna be the same size. Sure enough, as you can see, I'm just rambling on, but I put one of them in, so sure enough, it's pretty. Oh, it's the same size. It went in, screwed in, didn't feel cross-threaded or anything. I'm gonna probably just do some work and just update you. praise the good spirit, the mechanic gods. All 4 of them are in. So some weird, odd way, all these 4 just happened to rattle loose and pop out, which made this wobble and whatever, which threw the belt off and chewed it up and everything. So I got 4 on. I found the socket size. Now I just gotta tighten those down if it happens again, and I kind of know what to do. All in due process. Well, I gotta get a new belt too. Also, there's wires. I'll put that later on. My tools, which are right there, and the door's locked. Who locks stuff? Especially on the res. What do you think this is? The res? You can see part of this is the new one I bought too. Just ripped it up. So I gotta get a new belt. I'll piece everything together. Stay tuned if you do decide to, if you care. Just like that. Got those 4 bolts fairly tightened. I didn't use a torque wrench or anything, just made it pretty snug. I wanted to showcase this real quick. I don't know why. I'm pretty excited. As you've seen, the fan, big old fan right there, that's like a 1 1/4 inch, I believe. And they do make some sockets that big. You know, some good mechanics obviously know, but I just don't have it in my collection just yet. So I picked this up. I wasn't sure about the size, so I was like, you know what, this is fairly adjustable. It goes to about where I need it. I used this before, that's why. And seen it in action, just in awe. So it's like pretty cool. And just the fact that it's like really sturdy, you could really put some torque on it. I used this actually quite a few times. I used it for the receiver in the back, the ball mount. Anywho, got that, put it on there to hold it so I could tighten those little bolts. Like I said, it's not torqued down to spec, but they're fairly snug. Give it a good grunt. Now I just gotta push this back. You'll see in a second. Well, with my fancy phone, I should be able to prop you up like that, halfway fold it, and record real quick. Got the main one in, screwed this one to the engine motor. Just put this in. Now I gotta grab the tiny ones and mount this to the radiator, and then I can put the radiator bracket back into place. Shouldn't be long. That's the idea. It's funny, I've been watching TikTok. One of the things that I found funny was when YouTube or whatever says it only takes 30 minutes, and then it shows the guy working and they're watching the tutorial on YouTube, which takes like 3 hours or whatever. Anyways, if you get it, cool. I think it's funny. If not, then not bad for a bad joke. The fan thing's on. Gotta twist you, connect the radiator hose, slide the clamp over. not even the right size. How can that not be right? This is the right size. Wow. Just a minute. Sometimes I ask myself, why did I want to go to school for this in the first place? Sometimes it's a headache, it's a pain, sometimes it just happens and it just all kind of goes. But the nice and cool and neat, whatever thing about it is, my dad did it. Everything I know is from my dad. Started off with helping him bleed the brakes, go inside and, push the pedal. And it just kind of evolved from there. He's like, let me show you this. I'm gonna show you what to do. You do it. I'll be back in a few minutes. And then just slowly learn more things. I gotta make sure that's secure. Put the brackets back on. Got some fam coming up from the States. I asked them to pick me up a belt from down there because the new one I got up here, I think it was like $98. Looked online. Sure enough, they had one there. Asked them to put it aside since they're coming up. I was like, hey, can you swing by and grab that on your way up? So I'm gonna button all this together. Hopefully they pick it up, and by the time I'm done or whatever, it should be time to just throw the belt on and start it up. I think I just have these, and then I gotta adjust this clamp for the hose. Tighten these down. I gotta get pliers to move this to secure it better. That's pretty much it. This is a fairly easy job if I knew what was wrong with it in the first place. Just the fact that I didn't know if the bolts were missing or what was going on with that. Putting the belt on shouldn't be too hard. Obviously, you just gotta route it in the diagram that a lot of the vehicles have under the hood. So I'll just follow that, flip it around the pulleys. I gotta do the belt tensioner. Boom, bam, belt's on. Boom, bam, open the door. Boom, bam, start it up. Kind of miss this truck. Growing up, I wasn't quite the Ford guy because the bro Rush, he was in the Chevy. Got me in the Chevy. If you really look back on one of the videos, I scrapped the last truck. That was a Ford. That's been in the family for a few years, so that's what kind of... That's not what kind of was, but it kind of made me ease up on Ford a little bit. I was like, okay, I gotta admit, I had a Ford. I had a couple of Fords. My first car was a Ford. So I was like, ease up. This thing's a Ford. I mainly got it so I can pull the camper trailer. It's a diesel. It's affordable. That's what Russ said. Anywho, these are all tightened. Those are all tightened. So now, it's kind of scary when it all just kind of comes together. My dad says sometimes, like, oh, take it apart, do it again. That was too easy. Once I get the belt, just start looping the loop through everything. Twist that guy, slide the belt over the last wheel, let her go. I think I won't be able to do it till tomorrow because I got something going on Gotta go somewhere. Gotta do stuff. So tomorrow I'll throw the belt on and I'll just fire it up. I think it needs a wash. I'm getting carried away. So next few seconds you'll just see tomorrow putting the belt back on. And just like that, it's the next day. And finally, not finally, but got the new belt. I could have just easily just edited this and you wouldn't have known it was the next day. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it. Finally got the camera stand. Not finally. What am I saying? Don't listen to me. Got the camera stand now. It actually does reach, surprisingly. This is about my chin height. And I think it can go a little higher, but anywho, that's besides the point. I should just call this channel Getting Carried Away channel. So, got the new belt. Gonna put that in. And then it'll pretty much start, hopefully. I'm just hoping that the belt's not gonna tear up. The pulley's secure. So, I'll do a quick time lapse of that, I guess.
Being a warrior, it's not always easy. You and your thuggy ass friends, what are you doing for your people? It's easy to be bad. It's hard to be a warrior with dignity. Remember that. In my time, we gave everything. We died for our people. We died for our land. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna fight for?
They wanna talk the red sign for I really live it. What I mean is I'm really living these traditions. I ain't never had no cook, no shit up in the kitchen. Unless the salmon and the rice, yeah, that's always hitting the right spot. You can't catch me in my high tops. Beats around my neck and my coastal fro tight up. The right spot, you can't catch me in my high tops. And beats around my neck and my coastal fro tight
quite
up.
some time. Took a little longer than I hoped, but it's in. Now let's see this puppy start. Without being able to charge it for quite some time. Me having the door open and there's a hood light. Having the hood open killed both the batteries. It's not enough to start, so I'm gonna jump it real quick. Next thing you'll see is it running. Now that we had the wires with the clamps hooked up to the Jeep, it's been a few minutes, so let's see. Keys will help, I guess. Wait for the glow plug, the squiggly line. You know you want to start. Come on. Oh, and it lives. It lives. What was wrong with it? That's spinning. See you man. Seems like it's spinning pretty good. Looks like everything should be where it's at. I miss driving this thing. Drive for a while now. I can't remember if diesel went up as high in gas or, but this is pretty good on mileage though. It's decent. And that's a success for this video. So that's gonna be a wrap for this video. Glad I could finally get the red truck back on the road, get it all fixed so it's not just sitting here sinking into the ground. And my next video, I think, I guess we'll just have to wait and see for the next video. Peace.